So you often hear these terms thrown around, right? Bookkeeping, accounting. I mean, aren't they basically the same thing? Just different words?
Yeah, that's a super common mix-up, but getting it wrong can actually cost you. They're really distinct functions.
Okay, so let's dive into that. What is the difference? We want to help people make smarter calls, maybe save some money, definitely stay audit ready.
Exactly. Think of it like this. Bookkeeping, well, it records the financial story of your business, day by day, transaction by transaction.
Okay, recording the story.
And accounting. Accounting interprets that story. It uses the information bookkeeping gathers to guide, strategic decisions.
Ah, so there's a hierarchy then.
Definitely. You really can't have good, solid accounting without great bookkeeping first. It's the foundation. Get that wrong, and your strategy is built on sand.
Gotcha. So let's talk bookkeeping first. What does that look like practically, day to day? You mentioned recording things.
Right. It's all about accuracy, consistency, and making sure everything's compliant. The bookkeeper is handling the real groundwork.
Like what specifically?
Well, they're recording every sale, every payment that comes in or goes out, every deposit, categorizing all that income and all those expenses correctly. That's huge for taxes later.
Right. Getting the categories right from the start.
Absolutely. And reconciling bank accounts, making sure your records perfectly match the bank statements, managing who owes you money, so accounts receivable, and who you owe money to, accounts payable.
And they maintain the general ledger. What's that exactly?
Yeah, the general ledger, think of it as the master file. The complete record of all your financial transactions, all sorted.
Okay.
And from that, they generate those basic but essential financial reports, like the profit and loss, the P&L.
Which tells you if you made money over a certain period.
Exactly. And the balance sheet, which is like a snapshot, what you own and what you owe at one specific moment in time.
Okay, so the bookkeeper gets all that data organized, accurate, ready to go, foundational. Now let's unpack accounting. This is where it gets more strategic, you said.
Precisely. This is the leap. The accountant takes all that beautifully organized data from the bookkeeper and transforms it into actual insight, strategy.
So they're not just looking at the P&L, they're asking why.
Exactly. They're analyzing those reports. What do these numbers actually mean for the business? What are the trends? They're doing the serious tax planning and preparation, finding ways to legally minimize your tax burden, making sure you're compliant with, complex tax laws.
Okay, tax is a big one. What else?
Forecasting and budgeting, looking at past performance, market trends, and helping you plan for the future. Where should you invest? Can you afford to hire? They advise on those big growth decisions, all based on the financial data.
So interpretation, strategy, looking ahead, long-term financial health. That's the accountant zone.
That's the core of it.
It seems like there's a really necessary synergy here then. Bookkeeping provides the clean data.
And accounting uses that data to make informed decisions.
Oh.
Without the accounting piece, all that great data the bookkeeper gathered, it just sits there. It's not driving the business forward.
Right, it's like having a map but never deciding where to go.
Yeah.
But you mentioned the lines can blur sometimes.
It can, a little. For example, a bookkeeper might prepare the basic payroll report using software.
Okay.
But the accountant is the one who advises on the implications, the complex payroll tax rules, structuring bonuses, thinking about retirement plan contributions. See the difference? One prepares the record, the other advises on the strategy around it.
Preparation versus interpretation and advice. Got it. So let's bring this home for the listener. What does this all mean for you? How do you figure out which service you need or maybe when you need both?
Yeah, we can map that out pretty clearly based on where your business is at.
Right.
If you're a freelancer, maybe a startup, and you're drowning in receipts, spending hours trying to track expenses manually, you absolutely need a bookkeeper, like yesterday, just to get organized and get control.
Get that foundation solid.
Right. Now, if you've got things organized, but you're thinking, how can I be more profitable? Am I paying too much tax? What's the plan for next year? That's when you bring in an accountant for that strategic insight.
Makes sense. And for more established businesses.
Well, if you're managing things like inventory, dealing with loans, or complex financing, maybe handling payroll for multiple employees, or juggling several bank accounts, you almost certainly need both. You need that day-to-day accuracy and the high-level strategic guidance working together.
Okay, that's super clear. So final thought then. If bookkeeping is about keeping your business organized and accounting is about making sure it grows strategically, here's something for you to think about. What assumption are you making right now, just based on the raw numbers in your reports, that might actually be limiting your next big growth move? Are you really interpreting the story or just reading the words?